So I hope you realize that you can start and stop these screencasts at will. And so what I would do if I were you is I would pause right now and look at what I have on the screen and open Excel or a spreadsheet of some sort, because the one in Google Docs works just fine, or it should. And so go ahead and get this set up. And then when you're ready, turn this back on and we'll continue. Welcome back. Now that you've seen that what we've done is set up the initial conditions for the COP and the Perp situation, I'd like to show you how you would populate the rest of this. And so there's some things about Excel that you may or may not know, but I'll pretend like you don't. One of the first things that you need to do in terms of a problem like this, and you'll be doing these same sorts of things with your balloon launcher because you'll be setting up Excel sheets for the launch, the flight, and the landing, that you have to decide what your time step is, and how much time in between each subsequent piece of information. And since we're dealing with kind of a macro situation of a person moving pretty fast, pretty far, etc., we're going to go with a time step of a single second. So I begin at 0 seconds, and so the first increment is 1. Now I could type 2 and then enter 3, enter, etc., but I'm lazy. So if I highlight these first 2 cells, there's a pattern therein that if I go to the bottom right hand corner of those selected cells, you see how the cursor changes from a fat white plus to a skinny black plus. When it's a skinny black plus, I can hold down the mouse button and drag down, and if you can see the little box, it gives us what the numbers are. And so I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm just going to go on down. I did it until the number got to 30. It's probably not going to take near that long, but we'll figure that part out. One of the other things that we want to do is to see what other sorts of constants or other sorts of things there might be. And so one of the things we know is that the Perp's acceleration is 0. So what I can do is I can highlight that one cell and go to the bottom right hand corner, and it'll copy zeros down for all of those. Since the acceleration is 0, whatever the COP's initial velocity is, which is the cell that I just clicked on, C2, that it's going to be that, so I'll copy that down for all time. Now the COP is stationary for the first 5 seconds, or said another way, it's at 5 seconds that she begins to accelerate. So up through 4 seconds, she has 0 velocity, and then beginning at the 5th second, she starts accelerating at 5 meters per second per second. So I put that 5 in, and I am going to copy that down.